Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome. Doing a little Xfinity racing here at Michigan. I don't got the camera up right now because I've actually got my entire office is like rearranged because of this other thing that I'm actually working on and recording and stuff like that. And I got halted right in the middle of it, so I had to stop, and I didn't want to have to move everything back and then set it all up again. So no camera for this race, but that's okay. Hopefully we have a good run here. But first is qualifying, so let's see how we do here. All right, we'll see how that... Oh, looks like we might get the pole, hopefully. We'll see what happens. But I'll see you back here in just a sec for the race. All right, so we did get the pole, which is good. Now we just need to finish up front. So I am doing a little bit of an experiment. As you guys always know, I'm always experimenting stuff, especially when I get a chance to race. I always want to try to test these things in racing trim. So I'm doing a little bit of an experiment, not a huge, nothing crazy. At least it shouldn't be crazy. It wasn't when I tested it. So, but just a little bit of an experiment. These coil bind setups, for as much time and work and stuff that I put into them, there's still a couple of things that I'm figuring out with them. I don't have them 100% dialed in. I think I'm about 90% of the way there. I'm really close, but I still think there's like one or two little things that I'm trying to get just fine-tuned and figured out. So we're testing one of those in this race, so we'll see how it goes. Alright, here we go. Let's see if we can get a good finish here. Whoops, missed the shift. So this setup does start off on the loose side, so I definitely want to be careful here these first few laps, especially when there's no downforce. If I get a car right up behind me, it can definitely get loose, so which is not going to matter if we can't get a green flag lap in. Alright, so we got one turn in. We'll see if we can actually get some laps in here now. Alright, decent jump there. Now let's go. Really easy in turn one to overdrive the entry because you can drive it in super deep, and when you're on fresh tires, man, you can drive it in there and almost not even have to really lift, especially if you're running like the high line. The problem is though is after about 7-8 laps of that, your right front's at 300 degrees and you're just melting it. So I try to take it easy the first 10 laps. Try to kind of take it easy the first 10 laps or so. was gonna let him have the high line. Coil bind setups are fast, man, but they can be a handful. When you don't have that downforce, you definitely feel it. I mean, I actually like it. It makes them fun to drive, but because I'm not the best driver out there, it also opens me up for potential mistakes sometimes, knock on wood. Well, so far so good. Car feels good and stable. Once the tires heat up and the temps come in, when I was building this setup, the car felt really good. Like I said, I got a little experiment I'm doing, which actually feels pretty good right now, so. And if it's feeling good right now, it should feel good the rest of the run, but only time will tell. At least, you know, that's my theory. But overall feels good. Just need to make sure to take care of my stuff. Be smooth. I know it's probably faster if I'm like up on the wall. I just don't like running up there on the wall. I like to be about a half a car width off of it. Leaves me a little margin for error. Now, car's starting to tighten up just a little bit. In the center, so I might want to try to move down about a half a car width. See if I can't cut the center of the corner like that. track seems to be cooling off just a little bit with the cloud cover. Which isn't a bad thing. Of course, all the testing I did, it was bright and sunny. The track temp was like 108 to 115. Now I hop in to do a race and it's cloudy. That's okay. Car still feels good. Hopefully just keep this thing going the way that it is. Somebody already pitting. Like I was able to get a full fuel run off these tires with this setup, so I'm gonna keep going for as long as I can. Almost halfway. God, I wish my live stream races would go this good, this smoothly. It's starting to get a little tight there in the center. Just about halfway. This corner 3 and 4 it's so different than 1 and 2. Like you wouldn't think that it would be that different, but it's so different because of how the track is shaped. Much tighter on the entry. It's really easy because you can drive in so deep into 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4 comes, and you kind of think you're going to do the same thing, and then you can end up in the wall if you drive it in too deep like that. Go. The rear end got a little loose that time. Kind of wishing I had practiced pitting here. Yeah, we'll be all right. We'll be all right. Second place is now pitting. gonna pit next time by. Hitting in. I slowed down way too early, but that's okay. We're not going to change a thing. We're going to leave it exactly the way that it is. Thing feels great. Right front was at 57%. Got to be careful not to touch that yellow line. If you even like touch that yellow line, you get a unsafe pit exit penalty. You got to be super careful. God, it's amazing what fresh tires does. The difference it makes in the car, it's just crazy. I mean, say what you want about iRacing, and I know we all love to complain about stuff, and look, I'm right there with it, with everybody else, you know what I mean? Like, I talk about the negative just like everybody else does. But man, the fact that we got these dynamic tires and all this stuff that we have, like, this stuff really is incredible, man. It really is, dude. It's freaking amazing. The fact that, you know, like today on the next gen car, I was testing with the setup, I was testing the timing of the ARBs, the front and rear ARB, which is the anti-roll bar. When you talk about the timing, you're talking about the preload. So preload is not one of those things that just like affects the cross weight or like the ride height. Like preload will actually affect like when and how the bar works, and will change the timing of it, right? Like how quickly it'll, you know, engage and, you know, stuff like that. And the fact that I can actually test those things and then see the data in telemetry and it be like close to real world, right? Like, I mean, obviously it's not 100% real world accurate. It's never going to be because it's a sim, but that it's even close is incredible. It's really incredible. I mean, like, take this setup that I'm driving, right? It's a coil bind setup, you know, the fact that I can get the car overall lower to the ground, but get the rear end, you know, an inch lower, an inch and a half lower than a traditional setup, and that reduces the drag, which increases speed, but also decreases my downforce, which, you know, can decrease rear grip. Like, those types of things are, it's crazy, man. It's just, it really is amazing. Got a good sized lead. I shouldn't be pushing it so hard right now. I don't want to burn up my tires and then all of a sudden have a car that literally won't handle. I don't want to do that. Just let this guy go. This guy, he's I think more than one lap down. He's still blue on my thing. He wants to push that hard, and by all means, go ahead. I've got a 12-second lead over second place. There's no reason for me to be racing with this guy side by side and risk. Yep, that's fine. Thank you. fresher tires, the car is actually faster through the middle. So I'm going to run the middle line just so I can put some space between me and that guy. I don't want to keep running side by side with him. And I don't want to be, you know, he said on the radio, he's like, I'm going to give you guys the high side. I don't want to have him just stuck down low thinking he needs to give up the high line. You know, let him run his race. I almost think some of these guys have pitted twice. Car got a little loose there in the middle of the corner on that lower line. Let me get back up here to the high line where I've been running all race long. The old mellow yellow car. I love that car. I don't know how you can see that car and not think Days of Thunder. That's the first thing I think of when I see that car. I don't think Kyle Petty, I think Days of Thunder. It's actually funny because the paint job I've got on my cars right now, I call it the super fab paint, and it's a combination between the Days of Thunder Super Flow paint job and then T-Mez's Thomas Meserol's his old EnviroFab paint. I kind of took those two, combined them, you know, into my own thing, and that's what I've got on my car now. I mean, to me, Days of Thunder is one of the greatest racing movies of all time. It still holds up today. It is dated, and if you know anything about NASCAR or the tracks or stuff, you watch some of the racing footage, and you're like, they're supposed to be at Daytona, but they're going around Darlington right now. Like, I mean, some of the stuff that they do is obviously not incredibly accurate, but for what it was back then, it was awesome. I even had the Days of Thunder video game on Nintendo. God, shows how old I am. Definitely did not do as good of a job taking care of my tires this run as I did the last run. But that's okay, it's almost over. I believe this guy just pitted a few laps ago. Like I said, it looks like there was people who were pitting twice. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm actually recording this right now. Yeah, it is. Doesn't usually work out this well. Shout out to that guy calling. He just made an announcement right there in the race and said y'all need to get to know the guy in the #1 car on YouTube. So that was pretty cool, man. That was cool. Whoa. That happens a lot here, man. You come off of turn 2 pushing hard and you're on throttle, and then that wall comes up really fast, and then the next thing you know, you're swerving off that wall trying to miss it. All right. I will take it. Win in the Xfinity at Michigan. That is probably the best Xfinity race I've ever ran. That was awesome. Qualified pole, led every lap. Only one caution. And yeah, won by, I don't know, 8 seconds or 10 seconds or something like that. So I will definitely take it. Definitely take it. Thanks, man. Good race, everybody. All right, you guys. So that's going to do it. Thank you guys very much. I guess I should spin a donut, huh? All right, everybody. Thank you guys very much for coming out. I really appreciate it. And yeah, that's going to do it. make sure that you, if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe, because like I said, I got a bunch of stuff coming, like since I don't got the camera up right now, as you can see, I got the whole office rearranged right now for something I'm working on, and yeah, I got a bunch of stuff coming. So thank you guys as always for coming out, and until next time, good luck and good racing. Take care.